Hello friends, I have makeup on today because it is the Lunar New Year and I am in the midst of celebrations, but it's more of like preparing for celebrations. Oh, my cat is trying to exit the premise. Move a little faster, Katya. Oh my gosh, don't step on my laptop. Okay, yes. Okay, good job. Bye, Katya. Okay, so I thought I'd just quickly do a mid-February check-in since there's not much to talk about, but I would like to just wrap up before I continue on with, I guess, the new year. Yeah. Okay, I just realized that I look very red, and if you can hear any chattering in the background, that's my mother on the phone with my relatives. She tends to be on the phone for the whole day during special seasons like this. I just pretend I do not hear. Okay, so in the last month there were two books I read that I didn't cover because I wanted to talk about the Princess Diaries. So one of them is Death and the King's Horseman by Wol Soyinka. It's a play, and as you can see it's already annotated because this was actually my friend's A-level text. He says that the highlights correspond to some themes. He asked me if I could like discern what theme it was, but I was just too busy reading. I didn't really pay attention to the theme. I just know that when it's pink, it's something to do with like sexism. So this play, I felt that it was a really interesting play because it's African, but the form is somewhat reminiscent of the English tradition. So I think that was deliberate. Like reading the introduction, I think that was the point, and I felt that it was suitably tragic, so I enjoyed the ending. I felt like there was no other way for it to end. Okay, second, Woman Warrior by Maxine Hong Kingston. So this is a collection of short stories, kind of. Yeah, but it's also really semi-autobiographical, so it's about the author's experiences being like a first-gen American, how her mother has suffered in her attempts to raise her, also her mother's past, some of her dead relatives' past, and just the experience of being simultaneously not Chinese enough but also not American enough. So I thought this was very interesting. Yeah, and I really enjoyed the introduction by Xiao Lu Guo. Oh gosh, Cantonese mothers are so loud. This month I read It Never Rains on National Day by Jeremy Tiang. This is Singapore literature, so Singlit. It's also a collection of short stories. Let me check if there is a... Yes, there is a contents page. So I've actually read the last one because it was included in a different anthology. So I kind of just skimmed through it because I already studied it before for a class. But the rest were... they didn't touch me. And the second story, Trondheim, it was sexist, I just gotta say. It reads as revenge fiction, so like maybe he got dumped by an ex-girlfriend or something, and then he's like, I'm going to create a caricature of her in my short story, and I'm going to mock her in my story. I'm going to give her a bad ending. I'm going to make her get knocked up by some angmoh, and I'm going to make fun of her middle upper class upbringing, and make fun of her ennui, and make fun of like how unhappy she is with life, and I'm going to make my narrator have this kind of like ironic distance from her. I think like some people can enjoy that kind of writing, but for me, it ain't it. Okay, the next was better, I guess, because The Gods Will Hear Us Eventually by Ginny Cole. It's a one story, but I read it really quickly because I was just really driven forward by the mystery. So what happened was... Wow, okay, the noise is... okay, yeah. Okay, so what it's about is about two sisters. Actually, it's more about one sister. So there's a younger sister called Anna, she has an older sister called Angie. And one Chinese New Year, haha, which is funny, right? Because given the current context, one Chinese New Year, her grandmother had a stroke, so had to be sent to a hospital, and then the two of them were left at home alone. and the older sister was like, okay, I'm gonna go buy food, you come with me. So they went out together, but then because, you know, being sisters, they kind of bicker a lot, and the older sister was getting a little sick of her younger sister because of how childish, I guess, and irritating her younger sister was. She was like really mean to her younger sister, and then the younger sister couldn't really take it, so she tried to punish her older sister by hiding behind like a couple of dumpsters. And then when she eventually came out and decided to like stop playing this game, her older sister was gone, and her older sister continues to be gone for the rest of the novel, and it tears her family apart. So we vacillate between the younger sister's perspective, Anna, and also her mother's perspective, Sulai. And Sulai, she just cannot accept that her firstborn is gone. I mean, yeah, of course it's favoritism, but at the same time I feel like it's the loss that makes Angie her favorite to begin with. So Sulai just goes nuts. Like, she tries everything. She tries spirit mediums, she tries everything, and it didn't work. There was no happy ending to it. She decides to leave her family to live with her sister, and also to travel around the area looking for her older child. She creates a website and everything, and I guess the younger sister just grows up far away from the influence of her mother, who feels that she is not fit to be a mother at the moment until she can find her child. So I know like a lot of people, they feel like, okay, this is a really gloomy and depressing book, but I'm okay with gloomy and depressing books most of the time, and I feel like to force a happy ending to it, no matter how much I want it, it would just have been really trite, and I would not have accepted it if Angie miraculously came back, or if Sulai miraculously got over her loss. Like, do you read the book or not? There is no way she could have gotten over her loss. Some losses are impossible to get over, even in fiction, and I can respect that. Yeah. So another book I read, it was actually a Christmas present from Kin. It's called Fox 8 by George Saunders. It's written like fable style, from the perspective of a fox who, through observing human beings, like how they speak and how they write, becomes able to communicate in human. So you see how it's written in like misspelled English, and then there are these really cute illustrations here. So Fox 8 comes from a burrow of foxes, and they're all like numbered. So there's like Fox 26, Fox 7, who is his best friend, and then the people, the human beings, actually came and deforested their home, so they were forced to look for food. So Fox 8 and Fox 7 decided to go and check out the human mall to look for food. They went in and they felt that it was wonderful, but then when they went out, Fox 7 got tortured and beaten up by some human beings. So Fox 8 was very hurt and traumatized, and he ran away. He traveled really far on roads that hurt his paws and made them bleed, until he eventually came to a new kind of fox society where they have different names, and he settles down there, and he has a mate and he has children. And even though he tries to look for his old burrow, they seem to have died, probably because not enough food, and also human beings lah. So he's like, I decided that I want to write a letter to human beings to ask you, why are you so cruel? And he also wanted to share like a message of hope. So that was Fox 8. Yeah, I'm gonna show you a bit more of the illustrations. This is him and his mate. That's about it. I will just... can see the sun is setting, so I'm not sure if this is even visible anymore. Funnily, there's a fox here, and then there's a fox here. Can you see? But this is from The Little Prince, so it's different, not Fox 8. Okay, so I will be inundated with work soon. I'm not sure if I can do a end of February check-in. I'm not even sure if I will have read enough books to video a check-in, so we shall see. Let's just live life 2 weeks at a time.